What's whoa. It was awesome. Let's turn that light off. Yeah, now we got a little ambient light. Whoa. It went as good as it could have yesterday, TB. Thank you very much for asking. As you can tell, Lois has awoken from her slumber. What up? What up, Shandy? What up? We're just doing a nice midday stream. Whoa. My gorilla stick is acting out. Here we go. Whoa! I should have done this before I hit let's go live. What up, Todd? Here we go. Like my ADD kicks in. Uh-oh. I mean, Dalia is back. Dalia is back. Yes, the shine. Let me see if I can get a white background here. Or maybe a dark background. Let's see what we can do to, let's see what happens there. Maybe a black background. What? We don't do jokes in here, buddy. This isn't an open mic. Thank you. Thank you for your consideration. Let's see what this looks like. This is a hang. I'm around jokes all night. Here we go. A nice black background. Sweden, Gothenburg. My friend Mickey D, the drummer from the Scorpions, is from Gothenburg. So welcome from Sweden. I don't know what's gay. I don't know if you're calling me gay. I don't know if you're gay. I don't care. But I guarantee you I get more punani than you do. Trust me on that one. Don't worry about it. There we go. Oh, okay. Thank you, Monoxide Poison. I wish I was in good shape. It's not that hard to be in good shape, to be honest with you. You just got to work out a little bit. You know, I'm going to take Lois for about an hour walk after this stream. And that's why I stay lean and mean at the age of 56 years old. I wish I lived by the fig. I don't know what that means. You guys are being a little... Yes, R.I.P. Wings Hauser, maybe the greatest B-movie actor of all time. He was also in some big movies. The Insider with done by Michael Mann. Good for you, JR. He also, I think, was a producer on my favorite war movie, Uncommon Valor, starring Gene Hackman. Hold on, I'm getting a message from someone important to me. So hold on. Hold on here. I don't have a producer here. By the way, I'll be at the Comedy Store tomorrow night, 12:15, in my usual closeout spot. Come on by if you're a local resident of the Los Angeles area, or if you're coming in from, say, South Florida, or just, I don't know, come when you can. Boy George. I mean, I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You guys are a strange bunch in here, man. Here's some nice light. Whoa! Fuck yeah. Well, are you headlining, Chris, or are you featuring for someone? Let me know. Chris Storin, one of Vegas's finest. If you're by Laughs in Arizona, go check it out. I actually got on Charles Bronson. Oh, that's great. I got on Charles Bronson's bad side once. His home was on the second fairway at Bel Air Country Club, and one time me and my two brothers were letting off bottle rockets, and one of the rockets landed in his front yard, so I went to climb over the fence to get it, and out came Charles Bronson and like three pretty big dudes. And I'm sorry, man, my rocket flew over. And I was like, fuck, that's the guy from Death Wish. And he was cool after that, but it's kind of intimidating to be climbing a fence and seeing Paul Kersey with three guys with pool sticks. Parker Harris, fuck off. Does that answer your question, you spamming fuck? It's people like you who get people to not believe in Jesus, you loser. Sorry, I came in hot there. I really, I don't have any time for the God stuff. I mean, he was actually pretty nice. No, we don't. I'm not going to let someone I've never talked to before be a mod. Get the fuck out of here. I've got the best mods in the business. Thank you very much. William Zoom, Kip Smith, Gina Babina, and on the late night duties, Flat Cat. Don't worry about what I have or don't have. I'm doing fine in life. Don't worry about it. SCBID show. Shout out to SC. He's the man who gave me this doll. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. You know what, Earl? The grass isn't greener. I'll be rude if I want to. It's my stream. If you don't like it, beat it. Well, I can't comment on that. No condom. No condom. Well, hello, let's be friends. Fuck off. I don't have time for this. Actually, I do have time, to be honest with you. Yeah, Earl Rude, I mean, I just don't, I can't deal with the trolls at this point of the daytime. I'm like the nicest guy in streaming, to be honest with you. So, well, just hit the like and subscribe button before you pee. I mean, don't pee in your pants, but like, you know what I'm saying. You give me $100 first, and then I'll give it back to you. I mean, I've heard of me grifting, but now the stream is asking me for money. Yes, BHD, big hog disease, 100%. I gotta get back to some jokes I was writing. Yeah, I mean, monoxide poison gets it. Well, let me see what you look like. I'm sure you're a real looker. Yeah. yeah, you really shouldn't be criticizing anyone's looks there, brother. I think they should make it a rule that, if you make fun of someone online, your picture pops up too. So it's fair play. EA Sports. It's in the game. Oh, well, I mean, basically, this manager is very big in the business, and he's someone who, let's just put it this way, his phone call gets answered on the first ring, and he doesn't really have any stand-up comics he works with. He's got a few, but not many. He works with very big actors and musicians, like people you've all heard of. So the way the game is played, like say, like let's say Gutfeld for an example. This guy would call and say, "Hey, we've got a new client, Earl Skakel. We'd like to get him on the show." They might not even want me on, but they're going to put me on because they want his other clients to come on after me. It's just the way it works. And I've never really been in that position before. So it's a nice, I finally got an advocate, if you will. So now if Dr. Ken has an animation project, this guy can call up the production company. Hey, Earl Skakel, stand-up comic. Dr. Ken is a fan. Can we bring him in for a role? Bam, I'm on that. So, yeah, I mean, Gutfeld is, what I like about Gutfeld is he almost like bombs on purpose to set up the panel people. And that's what I thrive on. So, we'll say, I mean, I'm in the position now to make things happen. And we'll see, we'll just see what happens. I don't do a Patrick Warburton impression, although I do go up against Patrick Warburton in the voiceover world quite often. So I go up against him, Rob Riggle, ironically enough. I think you guys know my connection to Rob Riggle. And Billy Brown he was a bad guy in Sons of Anarchy the last couple seasons. Lois is chilling right now. She's just sleeping, minding her own business, her business. Lois is minding her business. Oh yes, this is my Bowling for Soup t-shirt. Their 30th. Yes, it does pay to have good management. I've gone as far as I can go on my own. And, I'm at the point now where you need help. You're not going to get the better voiceover gigs, stand-up comedy gigs without a little bit of a nudge from people. But have you ever seen Riggle and Warburton in the same room? They are very similar. I love John Malkovich. So we'll see what happens, I mean, I sent him a list of 20 shows I think I would be a good fit on, and if he just gets me 2 of them, it helps. More spots at the Comedy Store, yada, 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 just like a ball rolling downhill. The momentum would be quite nice. Yeah, you got to put yourself over, but at a certain point, you need help. Like if I were to say my fantasy is you got on Gutfeld, After Midnight, and maybe something else, then, Netflix would reach out to me. Hey, man, what do you got blah blah blah. So I loved John Malkovich in Con Air. That's my favorite John Malkovich movie. I'm Chevy Chase and you're not was funny on SNL. Yeah, 100%. I love Chevy Chase. His daughter works at the Comedy store. She plays the keyboards. I mean, Heyman would be pretty easy just for all the wrestlers he fucked over. I mean, pro wrestlers, are so good to roast because of the ridiculousness of pro wrestling in the first place. Um, what is the greatest movie ever made and why is it Face Off? I don't know if Face Off is the greatest movie ever made, to be honest with you. It's not one that I would think of when that question is asked of me. Yes, that to me is the best sketch in SNL history. Especially at the time. Like, you could do that sketch now and it wouldn't be that edgy because, you've heard that word on TV a bunch. That's why, 100% bald, fat, bug-eyed. What up, Michael? It's like when the N-word was said, what was it on All in the Family when Edith, for some reason, called her house. I think she was trying to get a hold of Gloria. And Cleavon Little answers. And Edith was like, who's this? And Cleavon Little was like, this is the N-word that's robbing your house right now. I mean, you just didn't hear that word on television. Now it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I don't think SNL really ever captured the glory of that first cast. I mean, that first cast was just iconic in every sense of the word. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Norm was the best Weekend Update, arguably, but Chevy Chase and Jane Curtin was pretty good. I think they were always chasing that first cast. It was just, magic. The right time for that humor. And, every other incarceration of the cast wasn't the same. And I know the Sandler era was good with Schneider and Spade, but I still don't think that even that era was in Farley. I mean, that's probably the second best era, but it was something missing from that. I mean, that first cast was just so good. I'm kind of surprised Kiss was never the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. You'd think they would have been, especially in the 70s. My day's been pretty good, thank you very much. Have you ever bumped into Bill Murray? I have not. Yeah, All in the Family, the first couple seasons was pretty innovative. And the Jeffersons, the first season was pretty it was like a black All in the Family. Message held for review. Oh boy. He's probably a mean-spirited old drunk at this point in his life, so yeah, I'm not a big Brian Callen fan, but what are you gonna do? He oddly sent me a friend request on Instagram a couple months ago. Block. For those of you who don't know, my friend's wife was his accuser, and I found her credible. Let's just say that. What up, MM? We're going to call you MM because there's no way I can pronounce that name. Oh, yeah, I mean, maybe he's nice. I don't know. Yeah, Living Color was great. First couple seasons. My favorite sketch on, my favorite regular sketch on Living Color was Funky Finger Productions. And I was once sitting at the back door of the Comedy Store, and Tommy Davidson was walking down the hallway. He's like, hey, man, I'm Tommy. I'm like, Tommy, let me give you one of my business cards. And then he just looks at me and goes, bam! Like he got it. So yeah, the same thing with that first cast of Living Color. It was just lightning in a bottle. And then, with each cast member who left and they would replace, it just wasn't the same. I find that with most TV shows or bands, the OG is the best, and then, the magic is lost, and with each cast member who leaves. And I get why they leave. I mean, Jim Carrey was a star. He was too big to be in an ensemble. And then the Wayans brothers, some of them were like stars as well, and they just outgrew the show. Like Belushi on SNL, he was probably the clear-cut star on that show. And after Animal House, it was game over with Red Rover. Yeah, Homie the Clown was funny. The two gay guys was Men on Film was funny. Many great sketches on the first couple of years of. What was that one Tommy Davidson when he's playing Michael Jackson and they're singing Black and White? And he gets arrested at the end of the video and he looks into the camera and goes, I guess I am black. Stuff like that, it was pretty, what was that, early 90s? So, yeah. Didn't Chandler apply to SNL? I think she applied as a writer, and she should have gotten it. See, I can be nice talking about an ex. She absolutely should have gotten it. I mean, she's a fantastic writer. But yeah, it's very political, and it just, it's. I hear Lorne Michaels, when you get close to getting on the show, he's the one who does the final interview, and he makes you wait in the office for 3 hours. And I guess his office is it was anyway, at least a window office, and he'll just sit in that office doing nothing just to see how you'd react to waiting for 3 hours for really nothing. I'd walk out after 20 minutes. I'd be like, fuck off. Yeah, Handyman, Fire Marshal Bill, probably would be rough today. But, hey, see, that's funny, Darrell. I'll give you that. So, yeah, I mean, she did audition for SNL. And, she's an Emmy-nominated writer, so, but that's also why when someone like her doesn't get the gig, and she fits every check mark you'd want on that show. Young, kind of sassy, but that's why not hiring her, it's just that's why the show, nobody talks about SNL anymore. I mean, name the last good sketch they've had. You can't. $1.99 Ray Gun, not Ray DeVito, SXFD7. Fuck yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think Chevy Chase has a lot of fans. But, he, he's a comic genius, but, he's just kind of a grumpy guy, but, his daughter loves him, so. He might just be a guy who's a really nice guy to people he's close with, and other than that, he's like, hey, man, I'm Chevy Chase and you're not. Just like the show. Well, I think she is and you guys know, obviously we don't get along anymore. So believe me, I would love to rip her. But I mean, she's the one who wrote the Michael Jackson joke for me. That's just a funny joke. Now, you couldn't do a joke like that on SNL, but no, I don't think I've ever met anyone who gets her generation better. She knows all the jokes too. Well, she did write me that joke, in full disclosure. I'll give credit to an ex when I have to. Um, but I mean, in terms of, I don't know who they picked over her, but like that was like what, 3 years ago? Name me a sketch from the last 3 years. You can't. What up, Gina Babina in the house? We got a mod ready to cut you guys at a moment's notice. We're gonna go to the 32-minute mark. So let's get to the O.J. Simpson number in likes. Big Earl, what's good? Just doing a quick afternoon stream, Sour Milk. I mean, I would argue it's been crap for the last 30 years. I mean, very few sketches have popped. Most of the movies that Lorne Michaels produced were crap. Um, you got to really go back to almost the Sandler era to when the show popped people. And I've known people like my buddy Aristotle was on, I think, SNL for one season, and he's really fucking funny. They never used him properly. He killed on Weekend Update as a robot. I don't think they ever used him again. Punky Johnson's really funny and hits every check mark you'd want. Black, female, lesbian, and they butchered her. I mean, I guess you would say Pete Davidson is maybe the last person they've made, but I like Bobby Monahan. He told me I was funny once, so he gets a pass. But yeah, I mean, just the fact that they basically chose Bowen Yang over Shane Gillis. Come on, who's funnier? Like, I know comedy is subjective. I mean, Leslie Jones is funny. I mean, she definitely has a niche character, but like, name a character she did. It's hard. So, I mean, I did a pilot with Melissa in 2012, and I think she's best on her own. I think she struggles working in an ensemble environment. But she's very funny. I mean, anyone who can do impressions is going to have a leg up on people. But what up, in games? We're just going to go about another 4 minutes. I mean, most people are better off when they leave. I mean, look at Shane Gillis. Has he benefited? He's a much bigger star, or whatever you want to call it, than he would have been if he would have stayed on the show, if he wouldn't have gotten fired. Yeah, I mean, Sandberg's all right, but I mean, I guess you could say SNL made him, but it's all good, Ari Jane. I mean, I might do another stream tonight. I'm trying to experiment with shorter streams. Let's see how they work. And so far, I don't know if they do any better or worse than like an hour or 2 hour stream. Sometimes hold on, late at night I've got whoa I've got to do something, so I need to see the screen in front of me for a second. I'm still experimenting. I mean, I've been streaming for about a year now, and I'm still messing with the algorithm. Yeah, I mean, what up? It's funny, Dylan. I said that this morning on a post. I'm like, well, at least for those of you not knowing what me and Dylan are talking about, Frank Ferrer, the longtime drummer, black drummer from Guns N' Roses, left the band. Now, the band said it was an amicable parting, but Frank, in a kind of a cryptic post, said he's disappointed the way it ended. So I don't know what that meant. But he's really not in a great bargaining position. Like, there's probably 100 drummers who could play Guns N' Roses songs. So I'm sure, I'll guess it was over money. And Frank was like, hey, man, I've been in the band for fucking 20 years. I think I should get a pay raise. And Axel's like, dude, I can get 100 drummers to do it for half of what you do it, or half of what we're offering you. Take it or leave it. See you. So, oh, you like the Howard Stern side angle? Maybe we'll close out the stream with that. Maybe I should do it like this so you get the Earl sign in the background. So maybe this is the new angle. I don't know. So let's bring it in a little closer. Well, I would guess that would be what happened. I mean, he's not the youngest guy, but he's still in pretty good shape. Uh, I mean, yeah, this is a little bit better. I mean, you can't have Steven Adler back. Steven Adler can barely fucking walk around. You think he can do a 2-hour concert? I mean, Guns N' Roses, they do play a very long show. I'll give them that, man. Like, I mean, I only really like their hits, but um, fuck, they do play a long show. I will give Guns N' Roses that. Um, so, I mean, I guess Matt Sorum could come back. I mean, he knows the songs. I mean, they've had like 7 drummers. So, or you could just get someone young who can play the part, like my buddy Brent Fitz, who drums for Slash. I mean, that'd be pretty dope if he got it. He can play the Guns N' Roses songs in his sleep. So, I would have a hard time believing Adler wrote those drum parts. Those definitely sound much more like Matt Sorum. Well, I mean, you can't take 5 drug addicts and put them in a band where their manager are probably drug addicts and expect them to last long. I mean, the original Guns N' Roses probably lasted as long as they could have. Um, I mean, I saw Guns N' Roses. I've seen them a few times. I saw them in basically their physical prime in the Use Your Illusion tour at the Forum, and I saw them. I went with Red Band of all people, and the girl who would be my fiance was at the same concert. I think we sat next to each other and didn't know it. Um, Also at the Forum, they played about 3.5 hours, and I remember looking over at Red Band, and we were standing in the pit, and fuck, man, I'm tired. Um, I mean, so and I saw them at the soccer stadium in Compton. I mean, personally, not where I would have put a venue, but um, they played around 3 hours. So, yeah, I mean, Appetite for Destruction, it just hit differently. A lot of people give Nirvana credit for killing the 80s glam scene. I got to be honest with you. I got to give Guns N' Roses a little bit of that credit because, that even though Guns N' Roses in the Hollywood Rose days when it was Tracy Guns and Axl Rose were glam themselves, that album just hit. So, the albums by Bon Jovi and Poison and Rat just kind of seemed ridiculous. Um, oh, that's cool. Dr. Feelgood was a good tour. I don't know if they write their own stuff. Yeah, I mean, I would guess since my friend, I wouldn't be surprised if my buddy Brent has gotten the call already. Um, because of his association with Slash. Now with Slash, they don't do Guns N' Roses songs. They do like one. I think they do Mr. Brownstone, and dude, he plays the parts perfectly. So, I mean, I think he's definitely the best candidate. Um, but I agree with Gene Simmons. They could have been like the Stones, and it's cool with Slash and you know Duff back. I mean, Richard Fortus is a great rhythm player. He's just not Izzy. I mean, Izzy was kind of Izzy and Adler were like the backbone of Appetite. Um, oh, really? We don't talk about Jeff Ross in here, unless it's in all caps. So, all right, you guys, we'll go to 40 minutes. We'll do a 40-minute stream. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. We'll probably stream a little bit later. I got some business to attend to, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I remember in '88, I'll never forget this moment. I was driving from the beach, so I'm going east on Sunset, and right where the Sunset Strip begins, there's a little bend, and you round the corner, and at the time, the Geffen Records office was there, and I remember seeing Guns N' Roses. It must have been the day they got signed, because they definitely stood out. And I remember Slash with the top hat. They looked like five homeless guys. And it's unbelievable that weeks or months later, they became the biggest band in the world. No more Inappropriate Earl podcast. Um, you know, it's just too hard to get good guests. You know, I mean, I look a little ridiculous when Theo Von's getting Trump and Ric Flair and Rogan's getting presidents and Maron's getting presidents. And I'm getting like the fourth keyboard player from Night Ranger. So that's something I talked about with this manager yesterday because he asked me, "Do you still do your podcast?" I'm like, "Well, I took a little bit of a breather because it's all about the guests you can get. And, you know, there might be some inroads made in that regard. So, you know, I mean, it's on the back burner right now for me because truthfully, I made no money on the podcast. I mean, literally, I think ProStockHockey.com sent me a pair of gloves once. So, you know, I've made more money streaming on YouTube in a year than 5 years or whatever, 7 years of doing Inappropriate Earl in 1 year. So, uh, yeah, I mean, the podcast with Tommy, I mean, I had every big name comic in the world come up to me and go, "Dude, we don't listen to podcasts." That was one of the best interviews ever. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind, you know, like once I'm in a position to get bigger guests, it's, I think, something I enjoy doing. And I do think if you do have a successful podcast, you can make money at it. I just, I got sick of doing it for free. And it's not that difficult. You know, it's not difficult to edit it. I don't basically edit it. Um, yeah. Roddy's been gone a decade. It doesn't seem like that, but yeah. So we all miss him out here. So 15 more seconds, guys. I don't like merging it because then you got to share. You know, if you have a guest and you make X amount of dollars in super chats, then you got to like half that with them, but you don't get paid. You know, YouTube, you know, you guys know how it works. You know, if I make $100 this month, I don't get paid till the next month. So then I got to not pay that. It just would be too hard for me. I'm a one-man operation. Now, if I moved into a studio, you know, which I would love to be able to just come in with a guest and just have all the tech stuff done for me. Um, you know, that'd be something I'd be interested in. You got it, Gina. You got it, Shandy. I'll probably stream later tonight. Earl Skakel, over and out.